Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Hannah, and on this channel we talk all things home decor, home aesthetics, mixing high and low with new and old. And in today's video, we are talking about do this, not that. So if this is something you are interested in watching, please feel free to keep watching. If you haven't already, I would also love if you would like, comment, and subscribe. You know to hit that bell button so you never miss a video. And if you're looking for some daily inspiration, I would also love to have you over on Instagram at Hannah Naylor. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So I thought this video would be really fun and just an easy way to go about things that we might be doing in our homes and simple things on how we can change it. Now this video is intended to be lighthearted and fun. If there are points within this video that you do in your home and you love how your home is, please continue to do it. These are just suggestions for you guys. So I'm gonna go through each point on some things you might be doing in your home and simple things to change it in order to elevate and make your space that much better. Cluttered kitchens are the first let's not do on this list. I think when it comes to our kitchens, we wanna have a beautiful, airy, and breathable space. And what I mean by clutter, I'm referring to having every single appliance you own on your countertops. It's just gonna add a very distracting and very kind of messy feel. My solution for this is just to eliminate some of those appliances. You don't need to have every single one of them showcased. If you have maybe a pantry or even some extra open cabinets, maybe store some of those extra appliances away and have some of your favorites. My favorites are my KitchenAid mixer. I think is a really beautiful representation of a kitchen and cooking and baking. And I also have my Keurig because it is something that I use on a daily basis. You don't always need your toaster out. You don't always need your blenders out. So hide those away and take a less is more approach. So that is the first, do this instead of that. So the next tip is neglecting texture. I think when we neglect texture in our homes, it really does fall really flat. Even in some of the best designed homes, if there is no texture, if there is no different variations of height and depth and contrast, the design style is going to feel very flat and very boring. The solution is by adding depth and textures, mixing your patterns, mixing different materials. Maybe you have a linen with a boucle. Maybe you have a checkered pattern pillow with maybe a striped pillow. I think when you add a lot more depth, a lot more variations of color and pattern, height, shapes, even your shapes are really important. Say your bedroom, you have a squared off bed frame, maybe having a round nightstand will just add that much more visual interest. And I'm telling you, this will just elevate your space to a whole nother level. So instead of having everything the same texture, having everything the same shape, instead have more texture, have more variations of height, depth, and contrast. And I'm telling you, your space is going to feel that much more designer. While we are on the topic of texture, I want to take a second to thank today's sponsor, who is Brooklinen. Brooklinen is out of Brooklyn, New York, and their philosophy is that every single person deserves to have a beautiful home essentials without the crazy luxury markup. Investing in sheets that are long-lasting and comfortable is just part of adulting. I love Brooklinen because they create really high-quality home goods to elevate your home that are going to last you a long time and are worth the investment. The way that they do this is they cut out the middleman. They not only manufacture their product efficiently, but responsibly as well. That way they are able to offer exquisite design with exceptional savings, bringing effortless and affordable luxury linens to any home. Now, I love Brooklinen for a variety of different reasons, but as I've gotten older, I'm starting to invest in different areas of my home, and bedding is one that is very important. I'm a mother of two, I'm a wife, I have a full-time job here on YouTube, and sleep is something that we spend a third of our lifetime doing. Brooklinen sheets are also tried and true. They have 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company. It's also very important to me to have a very beautiful and aesthetically pleasing home. So sheets don't just have to feel great, but they look great too. You can mix and match from several different colors and pattern options that fit your unique aesthetic. So that's one thing I really, really, truly love about Brooklinen. Now, there are two different types of bundles that they offer, which you're going to save yourself more money by doing their bundle sheet sets, including their classic. Now, instead of buying individual items like I just stated, save 25% by purchasing a hardcore bundle, which includes your core sheet, your extra pillowcase, as well as your duvet. The classic is a cool and crisp sheet featuring a breathable 270 thread count weave for a timeless hotel style luxury look. Now, the other option is the Luxe Hardcore Sheet Bundle, which is the bundle that I have. Now, the difference between the classic and the Luxe is mostly the thread count. The Luxe is definitely their best seller. These sheets feature a luxurious 480 thread count and a slightly luminous finish. Now, this is is made from sateen, which is usually a more tightly woven and heavier in weight, making it a warmer and buttery soft, ideal for year-round comfort. Now, I absolutely love my sheets. I've never had a better sleep with Brooklinen sheets than I've done with any other brand that I have used. I absolutely love Brooklinen and swear by them. Now, if you've been on the fence about whether or not to invest in luxury bedding for yourself, now is the time, because Brooklinen is running their largest birthday sale of the year through May 3rd, where you can save yourself 25% off on bedding and bath. So now is the time to do it. Make sure to click the link down in the description box to save yourself 25% off on bedding or bath. One thing really cool about Brooklinen is you also have the option to kind of mix and match. When you get onto their website, you have the option to pick different colors, different patterns, different textures. So this is going to be a way to really hone in on your particular style by mixing and matching the sheet set that is perfect for you. Now, from my personal standpoint on these sheets, they are game changing. I'm not just saying that. I love these sheets. This is now my second set, my second bundle that I own from Brooklinen. My husband can speak to these sheets. They really are that good. They make my sleep so much better. I get a good night's rest. You can definitely tell the quality. I feel like I'm sleeping in a hotel. It has elevated my bed that much more. I cannot recommend these enough to you guys. So if you have been on the fence about buying yourself some good sheets, again, be sure to take advantage of their birthday sale. It's the biggest sale of the year, 25% off when you click that link below. And thank you again, Brooklinen, for sponsoring today's video. The next point on this, do this, not that, is untamed kids' toys. Now, I can speak to this point because I'm a mother of 2 girls, and I understand kids equal a lot of stuff. And I'm saying a lot of stuff, but it's really easy for their stuff to just take over our homes. And my solution to this is not only to teach your children that we need to have tidy homes and to help clean up their stuff every now and then, but to have their stuff kept away in nice containers. There are storage units that are stylish, like ottomans and storage benches that you can have their toys in. There are also nice organizational bins that you can keep within a closet, but having a tidy home is really important. And you're also going to be teaching your children that a tidy home is important to have and that they should clean up their stuff after they're done playing. So make a task a little bit easier by having designated storage areas for their toys to go in when not in use. TVs. Now, I think TVs are something that a lot of people design their entire space around, and I don't think we should continue to do this. I think you need to design your space first and then add your TV in later. The TV should not be the focal point of a living room. I know it is a huge part of our living room and it's the reason why we go to our living room, but your TV should not be what we focus our attention on. You can have a thoughtful living space that's both stylish and accommodating to when you want to binge your favorite shows. So definitely make sure when you are designing your living room space to design the space first and then add your TV in last. Too many photos. Now, you guys know I'm a firm believer of having photos in my home because I feel like when you have that personalization, your house then becomes a home. It shows that someone actually lives in the space. And while I do love family photos, I think sometimes you can have too much of something. There's always that saying that like too much of something is not always a good thing. And that is a very prime example of this point right now. I love family photos, and I think what we can do instead of having a photo on every single surface of our home, bringing that to a beautiful gallery wall. Gallery walls are great because you have all of your attention onto one wall. You can make them really unique. You can have them formal. You can have them, all over the place. You can have different variations of different frames, bringing in some visual interest. And one thing cool about a gallery wall is that you can switch it out. As your kids grow, you can remove that picture and replace it with something that is a little bit more up to date. Now, if you're one that does not like gallery walls, which I totally understand, it's not for everybody, bringing in a beautiful photo album to a coffee table or a sideboard that has your family pictures in it is also a really great way to have your photos available, but just not plastered all over the place. I had the luxury of having a professional photographer in the family, my mom, and has been able to have every single beautiful moment of my life captured. She has created, wedding albums for me. She has created, photo albums of my children growing up. And so I had the luxury of having a really beautiful coffee table book, which I know is not going to be something that everybody's going to have the luxury of having, but there are so many websites that have options of like uploading all of your photos from your iPhone and creating a really beautiful book for not that much money. So if you don't want pictures all over the place, if you don't want a gallery wall on your wall, this would be a really great option to have your photos, have that personalization without it taking over too much of your space. This next point is going to piggyback off of the last point in a sense that too much of something does not always mean a good thing. You want to avoid having too much of the same pattern, core element. Maybe you have a beach coastal home, and I love taking beach coastal as an example. I see this overdone all the time where you live by the beach and you have seashells. Down by the seashore signs, you have, driftwood everywhere, you have wave pillows. They really do take that theme and just explode it into their home. And while I love themes sometimes, I feel like you can do it in a more toned down, simple and less is more approach. Maybe just having some driftwood on a open shelving unit, or maybe having some really beautiful kind of frosted glass in a seafoam aqua color. There are some really easy ways you can bring that theme without it feeling just overdone. For example, in my home, I love equestrian. If you've been with me for a while, you guys know I love horses. It is something that I've grown up with. I have bits and pieces of it here and there, but I don't have my entire home just dripping in horse stuff. When you are designing your space, just take that in consideration, having bits and pieces of it in a tasteful way without it being over. This last point of do this, not that, might ruffle a few feathers, and I just want you guys to take this video with a grain of salt, as I stated in my intro, but the lack of personality when it comes to our spaces. When I'm scrolling through Instagram, I seriously feel like I'm looking at the same house over and over and over again. It's like a copy and paste of every single home out there. And this is where that lack of personality is coming from. I think when it comes to your space, the solution to this is to buy what you love, buy what you are into. Don't care what everybody else is buying. I think when you focus on yourself, really hone in on what it is that you are into and what it is that you like. Say you like a really rustic piece, but then you go somewhere and you like a really modern piece. There are ways to make those two things work. And that's when you get a really beautiful curated space. It's going to look different from everybody else's home. Or if you are one that enjoys going to antique shops, you are definitely going to be finding things that not everybody else has. And that's when your house really does become a home. So my solution to this is just to buy things you truly love, regardless if it is trendy or not, for a more curated and unique space. All right, guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the do this, not that. I hope you guys will take this video with a grain of salt. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. If you agree with me on some of these points, let's have a conversation down in the description box. And I also want to thank again Brooklinen for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to take advantage of their birthday sale for 25% off through May 3rd by clicking the link down in the description box. But until next time, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.